Ladies and gents, welcome back to the channel. CIG Dev Yogi Clutch saying there are some changes coming to the Blade, which is this ship right over here. They're going to be increasing the speed of the plasma weapon projectile from 700 meters per second to 1,400 meters per second. What does this mean? It means you'll be able to hit targets at a distance much easier. Now, I know I just said in my last video I would pass on this ship, but I thought, you know what, let's be fair, because there are people out there who do like the alien aesthetic, the alien design. I thought, you know what, it's been a while since I've flown this thing, even took it out, so let's take it out today, give it a quick test flight, and then compare it after the next patch, where they'll be changing a couple of things. Also, they're going to bring it more into line with the Gladius. We'll read about that in a second, but for now, let's take a look at this ship. This is the Cockpit, and I remember now why I don't fly this thing. The top third of your view is blocked by the cockpit. It's an alien ship. It's not supposed to be familiar or, you know, more human-like. So I guess I understand. So taking a look around the cockpit, first of all, big heavy struts that feels like you are inside this sort of a protective cocoon almost. Lots of organic looking piping and wiring all over the place. And the HUD itself, I know people are complaining about the HUD on this and the Glaive, but keep in mind they'll be making major changes to all the HUDs on all the ships soon. So this is just temporary, not permanent at all. But this is the interior, I guess, obviously alien looking. But let's pop out of here and take a look around. Unique exit over there, where you kind of... Alright, we missed it, but we'll do it again slow motion on the way back. So let's take a look around the ship while we're on the ground. So I think I've got some kind of bug because I don't see the landing gear spawning in there. But here she is. Obviously giving a lot of vibes from Battlestar Galactica with the shape of that. Now you do have these two very cool pointy wings. This is landing mode. We'll take it up in a second. You do have some laser repeaters over here, and your plasma weapons are over there. Some cool features. I guess this is some sort of intake. It would be cool if that was some sort of energy weapon, but it's not. It's just the energy, the engine intake. And you have this sort of kind of ribcage looking thing underneath the ship with these pulsating lights, giving you the feel that it's kind of alive in a way. The ship is very organic looking, and it's breathing or pulsating with the way these lights can go on and off. So nice feature there. Keep in mind the ship is pricey, but as I said, the alien aesthetic, if you like the look and feel of this, the pointy little stabby items coming out of it everywhere. And overall, the ship itself is textured very nicely, very unique, and you'll be seeing a lot of these in Squadron 42. So let's jump in and take this thing for a little spin, just to get a feel for it. Maybe we'll go to Arena Commander, shoot a couple of things so we can compare what it's like to fly it now and once the changes come in. So going into the ship again, very unique kind of entrance. You hop on that little thing, it scoots you inside, and you're kind of lying down on your stomach inside the ship, which is the same thing in the Glaive and the Scythe. Alright, so let's power up and take it away. Oh, the power up sound, let's go inside for that. Alright, ready for the power up, here we go. That is kicking off. Yep. I don't think anything overly fancy with the power-up signs, but let's take it up a little bit and deploy those wings. Nice. Actually, let's take a look underneath. Can we see that kind of that rib cage opening up from the bottom? Can we see that? Where's a good angle on that? Let's try there. There we go. There's supposed to be landing gear in there. That is bugged. But there you go. Very menacing looking. And you are supposed to stab things with your blades on the sides there. Alright, let's take this out for a little spin. And power up. So I love the red flames. Let's boost it. Yeah, that looks nice. It's good. Alright, just drop it down a bit. So I can't see where combat speeds are. It doesn't show you on the HUDs over there. Still more work to be done. But as far as maneuverability, yeah, it's pretty close to the glaive as it is. It's going to have more forward acceleration when they come out with the update on it. But I would say just by feel here, it's already pretty close to most of the light fighters. I think the arrow is better, but not too bad. Let's fire some weapons here. Yeah, that is satisfying. Definitely satisfying. So the slower projectiles you see in the middle there, that's the plasma weapon. That is what is being updated to give you a faster fire rate. In fact, let's jump into Arena Commander and shoot some things, see how it does. And now I'm just enjoying flying around a bit. You know, I take it back. Yeah, this thing is pretty fun. You know, I take it back. I said this is a pass on the buying, but you know what? Now that I'm flying it a bit, it's not bad. It's different. It's just very different. It's a departure from the usual fighters in the game. Yeah, alright, you know what? Let's jump into Arena Commander and shoot some things. Before we dive into Arena Commander, I want to take a quick look at the stats on the Blade and compare that to the Gladius, which is the ship they're trying to bring it in line with. So they aren't going to be exact the same, but there are some very important differences. So I'm at the website called Urcool Games. It allows you to basically look at the stats on ships. I'll remove my face over there. And I've pulled up the Blade. We're going to compare it to the Gladius and the Arrow and the other alien light fighter, which is the Defender. So beginning with the Blade, we're looking at 673 DPS, which is not that great, but a nice, pretty solid and respectable 380 alpha damage, courtesy of the plasma cannons. Which is what the projectile speed is being increased, will make it easier to hit faster moving ships. So coming in at 380 alpha with shields of 3000 hit points, which is exactly in line with the Gladius. Same shields, but you're looking at 1258 DPS, much lower alpha. So basically, do you like peppering your target with the repeater weapons, or do you want to hit something a bit harder, more alpha damage with the plasma weapons? But let's take a quick look at the Blade versus the Defender. Now the Defender has even higher alpha damage, much lower DPS, but check out the shields on that Defender. That is a solid little light fighter, and if they ever buff the singe weapons on that again, it would be pretty devastating and quite a cool ship. But the Arrow is a crowd favorite. This is what most PvPers use, putting out 1787 DPS, very solid, and a respectable 240 alpha at the cost of shields, which is much, much lower. So you are fast and nimble, just don't get hit. I think this puts the Blade and the Gladius, well, why the Gladius is so popular, in a fairly interesting position. And with that, let's go take a look at some Arena Commander action. All right, well, it's been a while since I've been in Vanduul Swarm. Let's give this a spin. Oh, you know what? In the vacuum of space, this thing is nimble. Okay, that thing moves. Last little flight was in atmosphere, and in space it really does move a lot faster. Definitely a lot more reminiscent of the Gladius. So let's get a target here. Let's see our first volunteer. Oh. Okay, so let me just... Okay. I have my weapons all assigned to one button. I typically monoboat my weapons. And very satisfying. So the problem with the low speed projectile from the plasma weapons is that they take longer to hit the target versus the much faster moving laser repeaters on this. So I have to get really close up to the target to make sure that everything hits. But once they change the speed on those plasma cannons, they'll be a lot easier. So yeah, you know what? It's not bad. It is pricey for what it is, but again, you're paying the alien tax. I think definitely once they increase the speed of those plasma projectiles, it'll make it a lot easier for people like me who like to fire all the weapons with one button. I'm going to get into about at least that kind of distance. Yeah, my plasma weapons are not going to be hitting because I'm only using that. But otherwise, yeah, it handles like a light fighter. Boom! Nice. Very satisfying. I look forward to giving this another try when it is updated. We'll come back for another video with that. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, if you enjoyed the content, give me a thumbs up, subscribe, And as always, this video is brought to you by my Patreon backers. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen of my Patreon, for your ongoing and continuing support. I do appreciate it. And with that, let me just do a couple more rounds of this and not die by crashing into an asteroid, as is tradition.